Damn. It's been so long. I don't even know. Ah, shit. I got it fucked up. Well, this is off to a professional start. Let's see. Let's see if it pops up with my arm just all in front of the camera. Nope. Excellent. Glad you guys didn't have to see that. I had plugged the wrong thing in. Like I haven't done this before. All right, so now we've got that paused so you guys don't have to hear it. Got the chat pulled up. We got a William S. here. Let me see if I can't get this to pop out real quick. What is going on, everybody? Excellent. Hello, hello. What is going on? Let's see. William S. Glad you could make it as well. Mark Curtis, Gary Farron. Let's see. Grant, Les, Blake, and another Joe. And there's Andy. What's going on, man? I was just thinking about you the other day. Not to make it weird or anything, but anytime I ride the motorcycle, I think of you. So, just carry that with you, accept that it happens, and we'll both move on from this. But anyway, I was riding the bike for the first time in a little while, and I was like, damn, I wonder how Andy's doing. Hey, Dale, it feels like I just saw you as well. You guys don't know it, and Dale wouldn't tell you, but turns out Dale knows how to shoot a pistol. He did all right and fast and accurate up there in Kentucky. Garrett, let's see what's going on, Garrett. Joe Jenkins. Adam Hall, what's going on? Grant Tilley says, I wonder if we will have as many trolls this week. It was bad last week. Damn. Really? I unfortunately I didn't tune into the live stream after it was done. But Kayla or Heather, neither one didn't said anything to me. That's crazy. I don't know, man. If we have trolls pop up, Grant, you got a little wrench next to your icon. You know what to do. Same thing for you, Garrett. Don't be afraid to just bust that bad boy out. You can lay the ban hammer down. Yeah, like Kevin right there for saying thanks for me to helping him the other day. Feel free, just slam that hammer down, man. Let's see. No, Kevin, no big deal at all, man. Glad that it got worked out so quickly. Grant was the only one here last week. Well, we did have a little bit of an issue getting the stream started last week. So anyway, I'm happy to report we are on time. In fact, I tried starting it even a little bit early today. That might be why you guys didn't see all of the shenanigans beforehand, though, because I scheduled it for 7 and I clicked go live, and the wheels was spinning over here for a while, and then it popped up halfway through me ranting about how bad I am at this job. Let's see. Adam Hall already said hello to William S. Bring the band hammer. That's right. Bust it out, guys. It was a straight up circus. Damn. That's crazy. What's going on, Gavin? I am not up to much. I'm getting prepped, ready to teach a fighting rifle class starting tomorrow. I'm still recovering from the trip up to Kentucky. I stayed out. Let's see, what day was it? It would have been Saturday night. I stayed out in the classroom hanging out with everybody, and by hanging out with everybody, I mean playing pool until 9:30 at night, and I'm still not recovered from it. Just catching up. So Dale was just catching up on some of Joe Jenkins. Just catching some of Joe Jenkins' good stuff. I don't know what that means. What's going on, Rocco? Glad to see you, man. Other countries chimed in last week. Interesting. Well, let them tune in, man. Saturday, yeah, 9:30. Dude, I'm never out that late. Not on the road. Typically, I get tired of dealing with you guys and find an excuse to go to bed. Let's see. It was fun throwing brass at Joe on the line. Yep, that's always a good time. Can't complain about that too much. Let's see. Willie Everett. Good evening. Hello. Rockstar, are you gonna go to SHOT Show? We are going to try to make it down to SHOT Show this year. I have it's kind of up in the air at the moment. But yeah, I'd like to make it back out there. We'll see what happens. I feel like a shitbird for not being on these more. No, man, don't beat yourself up. You can always watch them afterwards. I mean, every once in a while, I might talk about something worth listening to. But typically I just ramble until someone makes an interesting comment. Then I'll ramble about that for a little bit. Then when I run out of things to say, I just start rambling about some other stuff. So anyway, if you're into that, then yeah, you should feel bad for missing out. But you can always watch them later. It was a good time, Joey. Had fun hanging out with you and playing pool. I know, man. I felt bad. We were about to start our other game. I can't remember who won the first one, but I felt like it was about to be my chance to shine. And because I was all warmed up, you know, and I had to go take that phone call. So anyway, and you were catching all of Dale's spent brass. Yeah, you were, man. He was pelting you. Nothing like in in fighting pistol. Let's see, Nate. We had an alumni in there with his parents, and anyway, like I don't know if he was doing it on purpose or what, but he was shooting to the left of his dad. He was hitting him with brass 2 days straight. Felt like he was trying to get back at him for years of punishment. Does Jay still work with Tactical Response? Albert, yes, absolutely he does. Jay is based out of Florida at the moment, and he's got his own stuff, so he's doing his own training business, everything like that. But Jay does still help out with the contractor classes up here. He is scheduled. He has agreed to it. It's a time away, but in 2027, he'll be coming down to help with that contractor class. So if you want a chance to train with Jay, either check out his stuff that he's doing over there, Pre-Electus training, something like that, or get a group of guys together for a contractor class, and I'll get Jay up here to teach it for you. No Shield Gun Reviews. Hello. What's going on, man? What's been going on in the tactical response world? Same old shit. Anything new? Yeah, nothing too crazy to report. We are, we're just, same old stuff, man. We're just teaching classes. We got a bunch of people showing up for fighting rifle tomorrow. Yeah, working on, I'll tell you what, we are actively, not that we weren't before, but now that the weather's starting to break a little bit, we are about to put in a bunch of work out there at the range. So at the spring of this year, we put in a bunch of work. We tried getting it look nice. Then the first storms came through, and it was just, after that, it was trying to play catch up. So we're going to get it, boom, like get it all squared away. And I'd like to, in all honesty, I'd really like to start hosting people down here a little bit more often, maybe. Anyway, so I want to get the range looking real nice. I'm tired of going to other ranges and being like, man, we could do this. When is the next range work day? Garrett, we'll let you know, man. I appreciate you bringing that up. We haven't scheduled one in a little while. So I will get with Kayla, because she kind of spearheaded those things. So I'll get with Kayla and see if she wants to figure out what we want to get accomplished first and take it from there. Joe Jenkins, Carter was far left. Smart man, dude. I always end up in that position when I take a class, but not because I'm trying to avoid the brass, allegedly, but because I don't know. I just always try to, like, when the instructor is like, all right, get on the line, I'm like, boom, I try to, and we dress to the left, right? We read left to right. So I just try to get up there. Trying to be a good student, trying to be a teacher's pet. That way I'm more likely to earn my certificate. Let's see. Catass is all the way in Charlotte, North Carolina. What's going on, man? Gavin needs to get his lazy ass to a class again, man. Yeah, you do. We all do, though. Other than like Joe and Dale, because they were just in a class this weekend. But man, yeah, I'm right there with you, dude. I was talking to some of the guys up there that that like I try to do one class a quarter, and I'm missing out on it this quarter for sure. And I don't even remember if I took one last quarter. So I try to take 4 classes a year. I think I've had 2 this year so far. But so everybody has, yes, get down here, take a class, do a repeat. You get it for half off. Stay in the team room, then you don't have to pay for a hotel room. Boom. Cat ass is still roaming the streets, dude. Always. He gets like a week and a half to chill at home, and then he's back on the road. Just finished up a class at Gunsight. Speaking of training, and someone who gets plenty of it, Garrett did the long range stuff out there at Gunsight. That's pretty cool, man. I I keep saying I'm going to try to make it out there for the alumni shoot just to see what that's like. Have you ever been to the Gunsight like alumni meetup that they do every year? Andy Stanford was talking to me about it the last time, not the last time we were on the phone, maybe the time before that. But anyway, he was hyping it up. So now I'm like, I got to get out there. At Taprack Ridge, the best spots are actually on the far right, though. Better shade. They do have, yes, you're right. Far right does have the better shade. Hey guys, if you haven't, speaking of Taprack Ridge, that's who hosted us this past weekend and the Thursday, Friday before it. And then let's see. I was up there for Andrew's Summit. So if you guys don't know, if you haven't been, Taprack Ridge is awesome. They have a very cool facility out there. They have lodging on site for up to, I don't know, like 8 people or something like that. But they do camping as well. So, just because you can't stay in the bunkhouse doesn't mean you couldn't, find a plot of land to camp on. But anyway, very cool facilities. And Rob and Bobo, they take classes all the time. And in fact, I think that's how this got started. Is they were tired of traveling for classes, so they built a range so they could host people, kind of thing. And yeah, so I had a really good time up there. If you guys haven't been, the next time if you're in anywhere near Kentucky, like check them out. I'm sure they've got a schedule on their website. There's probably someone there that you want to train with. I know Don Edwards is going up there to do Red Dot instructor next month, I think. And then Masad Ayub will be there for Mag 20 next month as well. I've had a blast both times I was up there. So anyway, I just want to give them a shout out. They were very gracious while we were there. So cool people, and I had a good time. How is Andy doing, man? Every time I talk to Andy, it's I don't know, man. He is like 90 miles to like going all the time. Yes, Williams. Yes, I was wondering if that was you, William S. I have not replied to your email. Apologies. I got back from the road. I have been swamped in catching up on some other stuff that I had to get done. I will absolutely get that replied to. Yes, I would be interested in doing 2 or 3 classes in northeastern Oklahoma is what it looks like. Yeah, I mean, make it happen, man. Like, I'm a-okay with coming up there. If you can get us at least 10 signups. Now, for 3 classes across 6 days, we'd want to bump that up a bit, of course. But yeah, I mean, finishing up a 7-day, 12-hour week. Yeah. All right, good. Then you feel me. But yeah, we're absolutely open to that. I'm sure in your email you ended up talking about the what classes you might be expecting. But yeah, of course, absolutely. Yeah. Green Line Red Dot instructor is this weekend. Damn. All the training this month. Hell yeah, Joe. All right. Well, man, I wish we had shot some of the 5.57 drill. I know we did the 25-yard bulls. We should have done the test. It's all right. Could have got you a little bit more warmed up. But anyway, you're gonna nail it. Joe was shooting like crazy as well. I mean, everybody there did a very good job, and I've said this to Rob and Bobo's face, so I'm not afraid to say it to you guys. But I remember when Rob and Bobo first showed up for like fighting pistol or whatever their first class was. It was probably fighting pistol. I'm just assuming because I feel like I taught it. but I might not have. Anyway, I remember the first time I worked with them, they were fine with their gun handling and their shooting and stuff like that. But then I saw them again like a year later. They came back for like Way of the Rifle or something like that. And the improvement that they had made within that year, it was very obvious that they were putting the work in. Um, like, dude, and it was even more noticeable working with them this weekend during Fighting Pistol and Fast and Accurate. They both did great jobs in those classes, especially the Fast and Accurate. Rob was burning it down. I think Rob had the fastest draw to heart shot, just barely beat out Joe. Not that Joe would have told you this, but just barely beat out Joe with like a point 1.06 or something, and Joe had like a 1.07, or I don't know, something crazy like that. They were both blazing. Shot the test with your timer after class Saturday. Yeah, how we find this weekend. Yeah, that was Rob was talking to me about that. He was like, hey, like, um, if you wanted to go longer, we could. I'm sure these guys they wouldn't mind having a long day. And I was like, I mind having a long a long day. I was tired. And you guys stayed shooting until like 6 p.m. until it's time for dinner pretty much. Hope y'all had a great week, dude. Dakota, we had a blast. It was a good week up there. Fighting Pistol was excellent. We had a bunch and I was supposed to post the class photo today. Heather's going to yell at me. But we had a good turnout for Fighting Pistol. We had a few first-time students. We had one alumni dropped his daughter off. She was 15 years old. She was running a Taurus 22, whatever model that is, but she was running the hell out of that gun. Obviously, he had done some due diligence, and she had trained with Bobo. That was the other thing that I had to give Bobo props for, is all of the girls who came to take that class at Bobo's request. They were squared away. They were crushing it. They were doing very good for first time in an official, quote unquote, official class. Not that what Bobo isn't an official class, but anyway, a bunch of first time students. They were crushing it. Then we had a couple of alumni in there, and they were doing a very good job as well. So it was a very good time. I had a blast. Let's see. We were both 106, but you were in the C zone, right? Okay. Carter was 105 outside A zone, but I don't know where he hit, and he was not concealed. Yes, you're right. That's the thing, is even with like Kyle. So Kyle, oh shit, Kyle Boer, dude. I'm glad he wasn't tuned in this week. I'd feel bad, but I know he's probably going to watch the VOD. I'm sorry, Kyle. I couldn't remember your last name. Yeah, so he was like the fastest I've seen. I can't remember his time. If he was here, he'd say it, but it was something very low, like one in the ones. But he was working from outside the waistband. He's cheating like Carter was on day 2. Carter, it was fast. It was fast as fuck, boy. Well, yeah. What's up, Dylan? You're just chiming in, just sneaking in, acting like you ain't got to say hello or nothing before your first comment. Rob did get a 0.9, but it was not a hit. It was not in the A zone. It was not. So, I mean, yeah. Even then, getting it out and kind of just in the target's direction. Hello and or nothing. Yeah, I appreciate it. Now I can go back and read your original comment. Yeah, always lurking. I'm not surprised. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do real quick, guys, is I'm going to reach over here. I'm going to do the old reach around technique right here. Let's see, drag the chat here. And speaking of emails, we had a student, and you guys might know something about this. Send me an email that something about Glocks not being, yeah, but that bad dude's arm would have been hurting us less than a second. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. And it's okay, just, get the first shot in the arm and then lean out further to get those good heart shots. Oh yeah, there's Garrett. Well, Garrett's gonna bust out his shot timer and Fighting Pistol. All right. So this is what I'm seeing here. So this was from an alumni. It literally the body of the email may be a topic to ramble about on Wednesday. So let's see if you guys know anything. So this is they sent an Instagram post from a Glock store account. It says huge news. We have received news that is as of November 30th, all Glocks are discontinued except for War 43, 43X, 48X. All Glocks will be replaced with new Glock V models. V models. These will have changes that prevent switch conversions. At launch, all will be non-MOS, no pricing changes. Still working to confirm new information. So I don't know if you guys have heard anything about that. Heads up, Gen 3 through 5 Glocks are being discontinued soon. They will be replaced by the new Gen V models. Those things I just mentioned remained unchanged. Stay tuned for more information. So anyway, if you guys have heard anything about that, that's crazy. Is it that big of a deal? Fighter ready, standby fight. Yep. Garrett, you coming to Wave the Shotgun in December? Yeah, you should. You should sneak down there. Hey, there's Kyle Boer. Let's see. Not planning on it right now. Look at the schedule. That'd be a fun class. Yeah. So for the James would be pissed. You're absolutely right. So on the, before we get to the Glock thing that I just brought up, yeah, that way of the shotgun class I talk about it on most live streams. Bunch of good alumni already scheduled for the full 5 days. Not to mention the advanced class. I'm sure is going to pop off because there's some dudes who aren't going to make it for the 5 days. So anyway. Yeah, James would be pissed for sure. If that's the thing. All right, so I'm being a little bit of a clickbaity right now because that's from a news thing. They don't like that was it's just a snippet. So I don't know. Like I haven't done any research on this. So if anybody else has, check it out. Let me know what you've done, what you've done research on and stuff like that. Let's see. Non-MOS, how am I going to use my acro? I know, right? You're just going to have to continue to use your shitty old whatever Glock you have. Almost all distributors have posted it or posted about it. Crazy news. That is crazy. Damn. Glock stopped shopping current non-slim line models. Yeah, need 4 Gen 3 19s ASAP. Because the switches that make them full auto, they got sued in California about it. Damn. This is part of them covering themselves by making non-modifiable guns. Wow. Kevin, just hope that the Glocks are still the most reliable. Yeah, you would hope, right? Like, is the secret sauce for making Glocks so reliable in that in the current design? And if they fuck with that too much, I don't know, because like the 48s, the 43Xs and stuff like that, they do fine in class. So if those aren't being changed, I would assume that those aren't able to be, switched, right? So if that's their internal model that they're going to go with is that kind of setup that they have in those, then it'll probably be okay. I don't know. Will it work in a, instead of their slim line, more of the big gun? Tom Grieve has a good video on the Glock issue. He spoke with Glock directly, and basically it's new internal parts, including ejector, firing pin, and other internals. Magazines stay the same. Okay, like 12 states have lawsuits against them. Holy shit. He says that in the video, Glock is still going to be supporting the older models with spare parts, etc. But for how long is the thing? And I'll tell you the answer: for as long as it's profitable. That's the thing, is if you have an old Glock like right now and you want that thing to continue to run, I don't want to be like a doomsayer or anything like that, but I would buy whatever spare parts you need for your gun like now, because they probably aren't going to hold that stuff in the warehouse forever, right? Am I crazy? Let's see. Standard 9mm guns will come out in non-MOS, and the first MOS guns will allegedly be the 40 caliber guns. Gross. I can't believe they did that to us. Some V models will be MOS. I didn't even know V models was a thing. What does V models mean? Is that something they've already released, or is that something that like that's going to be the next thing after Gen 5 or whatever? No official Glock statement yet. Okay, excellent. They can't tell me what to do with my Dremel and 3D printer. You're not wrong about that. You could build like a whole Warhammer army for free. You don't even have to buy the miniatures anymore. You can just make a Warhammer army. You can do Space Marines or whatever, you know? I exhausted all of my Warhammer knowledge right there. Let's see. Gun stores are selling Glocks like, yeah, no doubt about that. Mr. Guns and Gears posted a video with details less than an hour ago. Fuck, I'm always behind Mr. Guns and Gear. In California, I guess you won't be able to buy Glocks at all soon. Holy shit, where are you getting that from? The paints ain't free. Yeah, you can't 3D print the paints. That's right. I skipped ahead of the chat. Sorry, guys. So let's see. That's interesting. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised, but is that something that's been brought up? I guess if California is suing them, yeah. Okay. Apparently, let's see. Can't be SIG 320 bad. Maybe not. Let's see. Mr. Guns and Gear put out another video about it a couple hours ago. Apparently, whoever he talked to said the slide internals would be different from breech face back. Okay, from breech face back, okay. Glock performance triggers won't work in V models. Holy shit, I feel bad. Who do I know who bought one of those? Was it Carter? Did Carter buy a performance trigger? Or was it Dylan? Dylan, did you buy a performance trigger? Anyway, they're not needed, so it's not a big deal. Yeah, I know. Wait. Anyway, where did I say that? Where did I get left off at? This got you guys chatting. That's for sure. I'm having a hard time keeping up. Can't read no good. People will just make non-modifiable. Welcome my Dremel to the chat. Yeah, absolutely right. People will just make switches for the upgraded Glock models. Yeah, that's kind of what I would assume as well. Yeah, this is one of those classic, like, you do a thing to like inhibit how things were done before, and then the people who were doing those things, they just find a new way to get around it. It's like the Pirate Bay with like torrenting files and stuff like that. Sorry, I only have nerd stuff to get back to, but like there's always a new site, there's always a new way, there's always a new client. Like people always find a workaround. So you would think that this might be a problem that they're just facing down the way. This is just, again, I think all of us know this is just mainly for the PR, right? There's also all the Gen 3 copies. Okay. Some speculate that V is a stopgap before Gen 6, which I think Garrett ends up talking about later. Yep, Gen 5.5, like, and Gen 6 is coming out here sometime soon. So it's like when D&D did 3.5 edition before they did the 4th edition. Okay, I can follow. Yeah, stock those spare parts. I think that's it. Warhammer, yeah, it's a nerd thing. Sorry. The V model is new, but apparently they have plans for Gen 6 already, kind of like the V models are Gen 5.5. Yep, Grant said it first. Sorry, Grant. 3D printer people can rifle barrels in a bathtub. I'm sure this won't stop them. Well, yeah, I mean, so there's definitely something to it, you know, like 3D printing can get a lot of stuff done. I don't know what it takes to modify a Glock in that way, you know, but you know, is there a way of designing it where it can't be done? Impossible. I don't know. We'll have to find out. Camp. Cairo, Peru? I don't know. I don't know what that means. I hope I didn't say anything offensive. Or maybe he said something offensive about me. V model is replacing Gen 5. New internals. Yep. Order spare parts. Yep, absolutely. I remember, so this is from Will. James said, fuck Colt, because basically they did this in the 90s. Interesting. I had no idea. Let's see. Callie has a list of pistols that can be sold. Arguably why Gen 3 stayed around for so long. Okay. Dylan says, not me. I run everything stock. As you should. Good job, Dylan. I'm going to click this link from Gavin. So you guys keep chatting. Let me see what Gavin got pulled up right here. So this is from the NRA ILA. I wish I knew how to work computers. I talk all that nerd shit. I can't even work a computer. All right, so this is California's Glock ban. Oh shit. Okay, so this is what you guys were talking about. In quotes, semi-automatic machine gun convertible pistol. Oh shit. Is defined as any semi-automatic pistol with a cruciform trigger bar that can be readily converted by hand or with common household tools into a machine gun by the installation or attachment of a pistol converter as a replacement for the slide back without any addition. Anyway, okay. Semi-automatic machine gun convertible pistol. That's kind of cool, though. That's kind of cool, though. What's that acronym? That's not a good acronym. I was going to say, do I have a new gamer tag? Let's see. When it's scheduled to take effect July 1st, 2026. And so I have very little information on this. But it's things like this is why at the end of class we talk about supporting the NRA, because love them or hate them, they're the biggest lobbyist system that we have. They have the most money to throw around when it comes to this Second Amendment stuff. So like, if you guys aren't a Life member, you should do that so you can vote for Isaac coming up soon. But even if you're not a Life member, drop the money on a NRA membership and a gun owner for America and whatever else you can afford, man. But this is crazy. See, Carter had a performance trigger in his 19 at fast and accurate. That's funny. I couldn't tell. Performance-wise, I couldn't tell. Now, Carter was doing great as well. I don't think the trigger will get my build drill under 2.4. Not with that attitude. Yeah, that's not a good mindset. So improvise, adapt. Yep, exactly. 2024 5e is kind of 5.5, but I digress. You're right. Yeah. Let's not get into that. I'll have to get a Patreon stream started up sometime so we can talk about that. Willie Everett, love it when Nerd Chat makes it into the mainstream. I don't know what I'm on one tonight, guys. I don't know why, but I am. Don't stock spare parts. Stock spare guns. I'll tell you what, William S., you're on to something. You absolutely are. I'll raise you the why not both? Why not both? You know? Let's see. Garrett has a fair point. Glock will still offer Gen 3 and Gen 5 on contracts, so there will be parts made. There will be parts made. Will there be parts available for you, for the Joey Sandhouses and stuff like that, right? Interesting. But yeah, that is a fair point. Maybe I was being a little too much of a doomsayer earlier. Yeah, as long as they're well, I guess I don't know, it still falls in line with my original statement, which was they will continue to make those parts as long as it's profitable, So as long as they've still got contracts and stuff like that, they'll still be making the parts. But if eventually, you want your grandchildren to be able to fix your old Gen 3 Glock 19, better make sure you got those parts lying around. Hit the like button. Yeah, Dale. Thank you. Everybody else, hit the like button. I was kind of feeling like not supporting Glock on this. Kind of felt like they bent the knee to California, but now it kind of looks like this has been in the works for a while. Yeah. I mean, there's something to be said about speaking with your wallet, right? Vote with your wallet. Because any company that does anything, a company for profit, right? Especially one as big as like Glock or anything like that. Like they have a team of professionals who sit down and they crunch a bunch of numbers and they say, will it make more sense? Will we make more money or lose less money if we go with X, Y, or Z? You know, option A or option B kind of thing. And Glock has obviously made the decision that they would rather comply to this and, you know, or do whatever they got to do to keep the lawsuits from going further. No matter like your discomfort or your anger or what have you, right? They're like that's worth it. You know, we'll lose less money this way. So you could try to prove them wrong. Have spare Glock 19s, hell yeah. 2013 Colt M4 has a block in the receiver that blocks adding an auto sear. They did that during the 90s, bans to protect themselves by saying, look, our gun can't be converted. Okay, so that is what Colt's current parent company CZ is aiding in the disarmament of Canadian citizens. Holy shit. So that's what someone else was talking about, James talking about fuck Colt from doing that in the 90s. Okay, excellent. I've got a pile of holsters and mags and can't afford to replace all that stuff right now, so I'll have to keep my Glocks for the time being. Yep. There's always assholes in leadership structures, but the only reason we still have gun rights still is because of the NRA. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's probably the truth, most likely. I mean, the way I phrase it at the end of class is, do I wish Glock cared as much about us? So like us right here in the chat right now, the dudes who are just here to learn how to fight better and protect ourselves better, so on and so forth, versus like the, you know, huntsmen and the sportsmen and everything like that. Like, yeah, absolutely. But you can change that by voting different people into the board of the directors and stuff like that. So anyway, Glock going woke is odd. That's the thing, though, is it's not even them going woke. I really, listen, I promise. Anyway, I promise. It's not even them going woke. It is them looking at their bottom line. You know, that's all it comes down to. And they think that doing this will affect their bottom line less than not doing it. So, you know, anyway. Because it took me 8 months just to save up for one. Yeah, I think I already mentioned that. Excellent. Nothing lasts forever. Absolutely. From a video I saw, Glock announced the V pistols back in April. William Burton, holy shit, it has been a while. What's going on, dude? Oh, man. Why are you sneaking in here now of all times? You just rolled right in here? Damn. We're just ranting and raving about the Glock stuff right now. They're rolling out a new model the 1st of December. They didn't just make this decision. Yeah, okay. I see what you're saying now. And that's probably why everybody's like, hey, they've been thinking this for a while. Yeah, no, you're right. Fair point. But how long has the California lawsuits been going on? You know? Cali is number 3 in total annual gun sales behind Texas and Florida. There you go. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Adam Hall chiming in as well. Simplifying their manufacturing, that's another side of it. That absolutely. Tom Greaves put out, Joe Jenkins, fighting all the lawsuits would likely bankrupt Glock. V models are better than going out of business. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Do you guys not already own Glock 19 like the man told you to buy? Yeah, but you might want 2 or 3 or 4 Glock 19s. I think I've got this one, that one, 3, and a 17. So maybe you want 3. Maybe you want 3 Glock 19s. Maybe I want 4. Big move, but the love remains. Will be up there soonish. Dude, bring it on, man. That'd be awesome. A big move, huh? I have decided to never move again. And if I have to, I'm not doing it. So there we are. 2 Glock 19s and the Glock 45 that's on him right now. Excellent. What's going on, Frank? And we've got Ryan Gardner. What's going on, guys? I don't know. So we had that alumni send that email, man, and it was one of those things where I was like, oh, I'm going to for sure look into this before the live stream, and I'm going to talk about it, and we're going to have a good time and stuff. And then, of course, I didn't look into it. But hey, you know what? We talked about it anyway. It's just interesting. I mean, I wouldn't expect it. I guess here's my thing with it is, well, how many crimes? How many crimes? I'll even give you crimes, not even just like homicides. Is a modified Glock, like, not, I don't know if that statistic is out there. I'm sure it is, but like, I don't know. It just is such a weird niche thing that I know you guys all get this. Like, fuck it. We should be able to have machine guns anyway. We shouldn't have to modify our Glocks. But for California to be pushing the lawsuit in this particular way, to be targeting that thing, yeah, I don't know. Maybe they all saw that same video I did of the dude who, just like, someone else was shooting at him and he just hid behind something and threw the gun out there and just let it rip. It was obviously modified. But anyway, I don't know. It's just kind of, I don't know. It kind of feels like it's the new thing to focus on. Let's see. William S. I've seen some really good deals on police trade-ins. Yep. I bought a Glock and an AR for each of my boys when they were born. Hell yeah. But I think about others or sons in the future, although he gets mine. Absolutely. And are the Glocks being modified, or is it the clones? Don't ruin their story with your logic. Yeah. Glock with the switch is the new ghost gun hysteria. Yeah. Can I take fighting pistol with the Glock with a switch on it? I don't know if I can actually answer that, because then it could then someone could do something. They could chop my words up and make me say something incriminating. I just like to tell people, you can show up to fighting pistol with whatever gun fits in your holster. Let's see. California banned nunchucks and lipstick knives decades ago. Holy shit. Nunchucks? You're crazy. Hey, I told him to Google it and he wouldn't Google it. What movie is that from? Like, I don't trust Adam, but I'm only doing this because it's so crazy. So, are nunchucks illegal in California? 2 years ago on the martial arts subreddit, let's see. They're saying that recently made legal. Asking if they could freely be carried away around in public, and the top reply is, "I think you can, but you'll look like a massive dork." Fucking got him. Anyway. Yeah, no, but they were illegal. They were. And I did as much research as the first Reddit link that popped up. So, someone on Reddit said that they had recently been made legal again. But anyway, the fact that they were ever banned, ever illegal, is fucking mind-blowing. That's so crazy. The banned Skittles. That is okay. Not to get wrapped up around this nunchuck thing, but it falls in with this switch thing. It falls in with Dylan talking about the ghost gun hysteria. There was, I bet, nunchucks were banned back at the height of like kung fu movies. Like, Bruce Lee had just taken out 20 dudes in a movie with some nunchucks, and they had to do something about it because whatever. They pick a thing and they have to be like, oh, well, obviously this is going to be a problem, so let's fix it. Yeah. So crazy. Mozambique drill going to be crazy. Talking about fast and accurate with the switch. Oh, that's funny. Fastest build drill ever. Yeah, absolutely. Ninja stars were banned in Indiana, but we fixed that. Dude, there was actually a lot of stuff here in Tennessee. Um, there was a lot of stuff that as far as like knives and pointy things go that were banned for a while. Adam has struck me as the guy who's kind of quiet and doesn't speak unless he's right. Yeah, normally for sure, and he was right here. It was just I think it's a more recent thing that they had been. If again, one Reddit comment. So you guys do your own research. I'm too lazy for that. But yeah, he was absolutely correct. Nunchucks were illegal in California. It's so crazy. California crimes with Glock switches are pretty much exclusive to gang-on-gang activities. Yeah, but even then, I mean, again, I would even say stretch it out. Even then, what are we looking at? I mean, I can't imagine that it's. I don't know. I don't know. But you know, what do I know? It's crazy. Mozambique would look like a line from the torso to the head. Yeah. God, I'm glad I don't live there anymore. Hey, man. Switchblades too. Yep. Switchblades were crazy. They weren't allowed in Tennessee for a while. That's one of those things that I was talking about. Grant agreeing with the fuck. I don't live there. I'm a 10th degree, and my fists are registered with the FBI. Damn, dude, you're going to be banned from California. You're going to be illegal in California if you don't get your shit straight. It'll be illegal to own Kevin in California. See, think about the mental gymnastics to allow your citizens in quotes, your citizens to shoot people with a gun in self-defense, but to restrict carrying a knife. Absurd. Yeah. Nobody is legal. Yeah. Pretty sure if you can own it, you can carry it in Tennessee as far as knives go, but who really knows? Yeah, no, it was. I remember there was a thing. I mean, this was years ago, but it's been within my time where it was. I feel like I remember there was a bunch of like fervor over, like, oh shit, like those knife laws are about to change. I was hoping somebody would make that joke. Yes, you're right. But yeah, like, and then dudes were like, I can finally carry around this, fucking katana that I bought from Pot of Gold the other day. Yeah, exactly. Probably 10 years ago when you were walking around as a felon back in your college days. Yeah, excellent. Nice. That is just blows my mind. Switchblades fell into the allowed versus able category until they legalized them around 2017. All right, listen, I'm not going to Google that one, Adam. I'm going to take your word for it. That looks like something Adam Googled that before he replied. Before he put that in the chat, he was like, let me just Google this so Joey doesn't. Don't let technicalities stop you from carrying a Kevin. I love it. That's awesome. Let's see. Legal/illegal is irrelevant if you know the right people, aka politicians. Damn. Yep. Mm-hmm. Carry a lightsaber. I know if you guys ever talked about this stuff with James, he probably mentioned it on a live stream before. But I heard him talk about it a few times in class when this would get brought up, specifically like the knife stuff. And he would talk about back in the day how Kentucky had better carry laws than Tennessee because like in Kentucky's like on the books, it said something about like you could carry up to and including eventually a Death Star was mentioned or something like that. And I don't know, he always got a kick out of that. So yeah, carry a lightsaber, carry a Death Star if you can. Yeah, that what you're saying about Switchblades is they were banned for similar reasons as all the other stuff. Yeah, exactly. Because they were banned probably whenever what era was that? What era was it when everybody had was that the 50s? And I think for some reason I'm picturing like greasers right now. Switchblades. Pow. And that's the 50s, right? Am I crazy? Anyway, so I feel like yeah, they were like, well, since we can't ban dancing, let's ban the switchblades. They learned their lesson from Footloose. Dang old beatniks. That's right. Yeah, the 50s. Look at me, man. Every once in a while, I'll say something that you don't have to Google to confirm is true. Speaking of knowing the right people, look up the big legal thing going on in Stillwater, Oklahoma. Freaking horrible. Kid got 150 hours of community service instead of 78 years. Holy shit. All right. Well, we'll definitely. You saw it in one of the 5 movies you've seen. Yeah, absolutely. Or be a real rebel. He didn't say real. Or really be a rebel and carry a tourniquet. Absolutely. How's Rebecca doing? Rebecca is doing well. Thank you for asking, Gavin. I'll let her know that people are asking about her. I don't know if that'll make her feel better or not, but yes, actually, she's doing fine. Thank you. I'm just surprised Joey has actually watched Footloose. Here's the thing though. I haven't watched Footloose. It's been in pop culture long enough for me to make the reference. My whole extent of Footloose is I know that they were trying to ban dancing and it didn't work out. And I think Footloose is the one where the dude picks the girl, like does the overhead thing and they spin a little bit. That's about all my knowledge of Footloose. Concealed deadly weapons permit in Kentucky. If you can conceal it, you can carry it. I need a katana. Hell yeah. Dude, I mean, there is something to be said about being able to have a katana and a sheath. The book The Outsiders fucked us on that. Is that the Switchblades? Is that what got us? Push blades are more illegal in more places, I'm assuming. Instant felony and carrying a pistol without permit is a misdemeanor. Oh shit. Carry around your mindset is totally legal for now. Dun dun dun. Excellent. Let's see. Best wishes to Rebecca, kids, and all the family. Thank you, Frank. Very kind of you. I'll let everybody know that we got people thinking about them. Cane swords are legal in Oklahoma. I just finished playing Ghost of Tsushima, and I feel that last focus on, dude. Me and you both, dude. I honestly, the reason why I think I was so hyped up on the katana stuff is because I was just recently playing that game as well. I'm trying to beat it so I can play Ghost of Yote, but I haven't beat it yet. If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. That is one of the 5 movies I have seen. So that one I get. Excellent. It's that and some other stuff. Yeah, it's crazy to me. I'm mixing Footloose and Dirty Dancing. Oh, listen. And then sometimes I say things that you do need to Google to confirm if they're true or not. They're the same movie, right? No. Damn, Mr. Bentley, got to call me out like that. You noticed how nobody else in the chat, they were just, I'll tell you what, actually, I appreciate you because everybody else in the chat was just going to let me walk around the rest of my life thinking that. And then eventually I would have said it at a really embarrassing time. I would have been on like, who wants to win, who wants to be a millionaire? And I would have gotten the question wrong. And you've saved me from that fate. Thank you. Let's see. After all this Switchblade talk, I got to tell everyone who doesn't know, Johnny Blade by Black Sabbath kicks ass. Now, is that a song? I don't know that Black Sabbath song. But speaking of metal. And I think this was just Mark Curtis's way of shifting the topic to metal. But sorry, I'm reading more comments while I'm trying to talk. It's not working. So anyway, fuck, I've done forgot. Guitarist for Lamb of God released an audiobook. If you're into Lamb of God, it's called Desolation, I believe is the name of it. I haven't listened to it yet. It popped up on my Spotify. I definitely plan on listening to it. But if you're into that band, you should check it out. Same movie. Do not disrespect Swayze. I was going to joke about Footloose being the one with Patrick Swayze to trick you, but I didn't. Out of respect. Hey, I said it before. Look back. Oh shit. I've got to check the records. All right. Who said that they said it first? All right, Gavin. All right. So I'm looking for a blue highlight. Was it Mark Morton or the other one? I think the other one, and I don't think I could get it to pop up. I'm on a mission. 1 second. How's Rebecca doing? I don't know. I'm not seeing it. Wait, is it all the way up here? No. I don't know. Anyway. Tattooed fucker. Typed it out and then deleted it so I could suffer in the future. Yeah, of course. Of course. Let me see if I can get this pulled up real quick. I'm gonna type in Desolation and it's gonna be it's just gonna pull up the song. Audiobooks. Mark Morton. It is Mark Morton. It's a heavy metal memoir. Anyway. We're all family here and you can't let family say foolish things. I appreciate it. Mark Morton or the other one. Also, if you want a pretty decent katana for a good price, check out Hanwei Forge and carry a flashbang grenade. Carry a Patriot Gear smoke to give to your enemies. Damn, dude. Damn. I've got a Hattori Hanzo Swords t-shirt. Still trying to get the sword to go with it. Let's see. Texas Hippie Coalition is a decent band, kind of like Pantera, ZZ Top had a baby. Dude, I've been on a little bit of a southern metal kick. There's a band called Every Time I Die? They do a song called Wanderlust. But anyway, they split up. And so I just went on a binge of trying to find music similar to that. Every Time I Die? Is that it? That's not it. 1 second. This is important. Yeah, it is Every Time I Die. Anyway, I dig Pantera, of course, Lamb of God, inspired, influenced at least by Pantera, it seems like. And anyway, the southern chuggy riffs and I don't know. I'm a big fan of it. So check out Every Time I Die and then other related bands. Blackstone Cherry, you're crazy. Seen Texas Hippie Coalition live. Okay. Can't remember the other guitarist's name and it's driving me crazy. Is it Willie? Is it something like Willie? Not Willie Everett. It's not Willie Everett. But isn't it something like that? It's Will or Willie. I can't remember. Will Adler. See? There we go. I'll definitely have to check out that Texas Hippie Coalition though. I'm all for it. Hear me out. I come up and we do a Patreon stream where I drop all the metal lore about murder in the black metal scene. Dude, I mean, listen, I think you should just come up and we should just hang out in the team room. And whether the cameras are rolling or not, we just talk about that because I'm intrigued. So, and we'll even shoot some guns if you want to. So, nothing beats old Skinnerd. Hey, man, nothing against Skinnerd. Absolutely not. But I would say there's stuff that beats it now. I mean, definitely PG-13 if that matters to you. Holy shit, where's that? Oh, okay, yeah. Okay. Talking about the Texas Hippie Coalition band. Speaking of Texas bands, there's another metal band. Sorry, should shift this to metal talk. if you guys haven't listened to Kublai Khan, Texas, they're a very good band, and the lead singer apparently was getting kind of shit on for some I don't know, for being from Texas, pretty much, you know. So anyway, I don't know why. It just made me think about it. Um, that's all the information I have for you because I don't really want to get into it. But anyway, nothing beats. I already read that. Let's see. Check out a band called Sign of the Southern Cross. Album is Of Mountains and Moonshine. All right, I'm gonna pull this up right now. I've got 1 minute before we Gun Drummer uses their music. Ah, okay. Yeah, exactly. 2. Excellent. I like it. Sign of the Southern Cross. Well, first thing that popped up was oh shit. What are their related artists? Spotify doesn't even know what to think. Stone Dirt, Forced Rejection, Rebel Meets Rebel, Tombstone Highway. Anyway, all right. Look, I pulled it up on my Spotify, and I got to do the Texas hippie thingy. So yeah, that whole thing. So they were on another show. They were on another country. So this is for Lamb of God. They were in another country, and something crazy happened. Like the dude, either he did shove him off the stage. Either it was because he wasn't supposed to be there, or they're at a fucking metal show, and he kind of did the thing. And yeah, the kid, because I think it was a young person, ended up, not making it, and so he was in he was in prison in another country for a little while because of that. Yeah, but it's no worse than fucking Watsky, who is a hip hop guy who climbed up to the top of a speaker tower and stage dived off of that. And everybody got out of the way except for one person who he proceeded to land on, some woman, and paralyzed her from the waist down. So, like, not like, why are people? Yeah, like, listen, man, you go to a live show, the singer might kill you. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, as I lay down, singer tried to hire a dude to kill his wife, which I'm pretty sure is the band. This is a different. We're gonna end up pushing past. We're gonna end up pushing past 8 o'clock. But I think I've got a story about the As I Lay Dying guy, because I'm pretty sure it was that band that was at that first concert I went to who did some shitty things too. Need to get Phil down to called Natural Selection. Yeah. I mean, in a way, kind of, but oh, damn, I'll have to check it out on YouTube. You don't think they made it to Spotify? Okay, I can do that. Slayer is good metal. Slayer is good metal. I'll give you that. That's a good note. Hey guys, if you get nothing else out of this live stream, just remember, Slayer is good metal, and remember, this is the way. This is the way. I'm gonna go press buttons, and then I'm gonna drive home. I'm gonna listen to some metal music.